Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Jurassic RimWorld Let's Play. So, in today's episode, there's no raids happening, at least not yet. There's no missions to go out on, so I figured we'd spend some time working on things around the base before, something like that does spring up and we have to, hop to it to handle it. So, one of those things I wanted to work on, obviously we have the sort of prison getting built, but that's pretty much all queued up. There's not really a whole lot for me to do in that regard. So one thing I wanted to work on is we talked about putting in a cafeteria, well, not a cafeteria, but like a little sort of restaurant and an arcade. And I'd like to get started on those today in some degree. Obviously the walls will be a bit of a problem because we're struggling to get the walls done up here. But we can at least lay down the blueprints and everything like that and handle the other things on top of it. So let's go ahead and get started. And the first thing I think I want to do is let's go into the floors, because I do want to, again, like trim these areas with the berry bushes. So I'm going to ask that they till, before we even do that, let's kind of measure some space out. I've got to decide what sort of furniture I want out here, but I think I want like 2x2 tables. It doesn't need to be these necessarily. No, let's do the tilled soil first, because I do need like a little bit of a buffer area. Just to make sure I know, like, okay, these are going to be berry bushes. I don't want to be putting anything on here. And then I think too, if we go into fences, which fences have I been using? Let's stick with these. We'll do at least that much. This is going to be like a covered patio type of thing, and it can actually... Oh, God, the game kills me sometimes. There we go. So, it can cover more. That's probably fine. So this is, what, 4? 4 open? And we can do maybe like that there. So there's going to be like entrances on all the sides, and in fact we can make it an even 4 on all sides. I don't know how far I need this to go before the building starts. That might be overkill even. But I need that there so I can see how much space I have to work with off of the actual pathways. So again, if we go to furniture, I think I want like a 2x2 table. We could do just like the 1x1 tables. That would work as well. Or even like a picnic table type thing. So if we go into like furniture plus, no, that's all like this boring vanilla stuff. RimKia has some stuff, but not really anything that fits very well with the current aesthetic that we have. So there is stuff in here, right? Yeah. Let's see, like a steel table could work. We can do... No, I don't really like that one. This is better. Actually, it's more or less the same, isn't it? Well, we could do something like this. Actually, wood is probably fine. I think wood's probably better even because, given our current predicament, there's a lot of wood around and not a lot of other things. So, if we did something like I had just a moment ago, I think it should really be there. I guess we can have the clock rolling while this happens. And then we'll grab some of these wooden stools here and we can like dot these around. And this will be like the outdoor seating areas. Then the building will be here, I guess, with the entrance in the middle. So we'll go to this. Could we get away with wooden walls? I was looking through the different colors of concrete, and there are colors, but they're so subtle. It's almost like there's no point in having it. Because I thought like a bright red would be kind of cool. But it's like this real faint pink. And so I don't know if there's even a point. We could do like these steel walls or just the regular wooden walls. I do like these. I don't love the fact that they're flammable, but I think they look alright, and it would kind of help diversify the whole place. Given how many of like these really, you know, kind of sterile looking white walls we're using. And the added benefit is I have like 5,000 wood, and this would help burn through some of it. So, assuming we do that, do I want to keep the bushes running along here? Do I want to bring it out to the edge? So, I guess we'll bring it out to the edge. I think that might make it a little bit more interesting looking. And I don't know how big this is going to be, because we need room to prepare the meals in here. And also, I want them to be able to sit in here. Let's do like that. I think that's a big, yeah, it's like a 4 wide doorway. Even that's probably overkill. We could maybe make it a little bit smaller. And we could even put some windows in. Like there? Yeah, let's grab... Yeah, see, I don't really like these windows. They don't read very well. Like, it's kind of hard to tell that it's actually a window. But we could do that. And I'll probably just stick with the glass doors that I've been using, because honestly, these aren't meant to be defensive positions, so it's not that big a deal if they get destroyed. Is that a big enough space, though? I think it might be. I might just leave the back wall off, and we can kind of put it in when we decide where it needs to go. But the idea is, I want like 2 identical buildings on either side of this courtyard. And then immediately behind those is where we're going to put the sort of like emergency shelters. And those are going to be like very heavy concrete structures, in case, you know, of a raid, or if a dinosaur like a T-Rex gets loose. It's where everybody's going to retreat to, and those will have like embrasured firing positions so that we can be within the safety of that little security room and still be able to, you know, fire out and kill whatever's threatening us. One thing I should prevent them from doing is I do not want to plant anything in those spots. I gotta figure out too if I'm gonna use the same patio all through this or how that's gonna work. I wouldn't mind breaking it up a little, I'm just not sure I know how I want to do that. Also, are you gonna plant more than one tree there, I hope? That's one of the issues I have with trees. I wanted to use them sort of decoratively, but they need a lot of space. I think they need like a 3x3 space, and so even in that whole area we're only gonna get like 1. Which is a real shame. But yeah, I need to decide how I want to make this patio work. Could do like wood planks. You know, it could be sort of like a themed restaurant, like a rainforest cafe. If you guys are, I don't know if they even have those anymore. Probably not outside the States, if they do. But it's sort of like a themed restaurant like that, and so maybe this could be like a wooden deck almost. There are some like cool, more rustic looking wooden floor. Not so much these, but in RimKia actually, there's like these darker wooden floorboards that might look good. This is a bit too light, and I don't know if More Floors has anything really comparable. Like the barnwood floor or the wide wooden floor would look okay if they were darker, because they've got that like heavy board look. The rest of these look like an interior wooden floor, like almost like a laminate, and so they don't really get the job done. So I think, yeah, let's throw some of this down. We have wood to burn, so I'm not that concerned about it. We'll do the dark wood planks, and let's just kind of do this whole area and see how it looks. We can always tear it up if we decide that's not what we want. Easy enough. I would like this roofed off, and in fact, let's make sure that some power down here. There is. Perfect. Although that conduit's going to need to move. Let's run it through there like this. Basically just wrap it around the entire perimeter. And then we'll ask for a roof to get built over this. Like so. And once that roof is built, I'm going to put a chandelier right in the middle there. And that should be enough lighting, I think. Okay, so there they go. Finally throwing that down. Okay, I think that's good enough. So let's go to furniture. And we'll do a regular chandelier, the 2x2. Because that'll fit nice and centered in there. And it should be light enough to light the whole thing. Another thing I've been meaning to do, but this will probably get done far, far later, is we've got like these outdoor street lamps and stuff. I don't know which one I'm going to go with, but eventually I'd like to have them every so often because, you know, people need to be able to walk around at night in a lit area. There's some cool ones. I just wish, like if this was up on a stand, I kind of want like a more old-timey street light. Which, like this is more modern. We can do like different colors, but that's not really what I care about. I want it to be a little bit more vertical. I almost prefer this, but not exactly what I'm looking for. You know, I do like that wood. And it is a nice change from not only the paving, but all the like the white and the light wood that we've got going on in the other buildings. So what else would that be? There's like a torch, other lights. I mean, honestly, the white torch might be fine. Just have one of these every so often. The problem is these are incredibly expensive because those materials are not easy to make. But that's something that we could do. Or do these like smaller ones. Almost like a garden light. Although they sit kind of high for some reason. It's weird. They don't look like they're either centered on that tile or sitting on the ground on that tile. They're kind of awkwardly placed in there. But there's really not anything else as far as I remember. Got a lot of tabs to search through, but unfortunately I don't think I have anything that's going to do what I want it to do. Not going to be under these. Certainly not under recreation. No. No, no. Yeah, definitely not. Who's about to break? Somebody's always about to break. Amanda. What is it now? The body purist thing is still a problem. Somebody did point out, though, I am running, oh, I can't remember the name of the mod now. Like, unethical something. I don't remember what it's called, but I think you can actually grow body parts, and so one thing we could do is grow her a leg, so thank you for reminding me about that. That is definitely a way we could get around her issues, because, you know, we do need to get her a prosthetic leg. She can't just be hobbling around on one leg forever. In fact, the game won't allow her to do that. So I was going to go bionics, and I am still going to go bionics, because they will be useful, and we'll certainly be able to produce those faster than the alternative. But through that mod, which I'm pretty sure I am running in this playthrough, I would be able to grow her a new leg and reattach it. Well, not reattach it, just attach it. And that would hopefully not be an issue for her, because it's not... It's like an organic limb, not a prosthetic. But we'll see. I've never tried it. It'll be an interesting sort of learning experience. Can we get this built? Like, oh, they didn't bring enough steel. Got it. We have enough steel. We've got nearly 2,000 steel. Well, since nothing's getting built, let's speed things along here. And I'm wondering if I should use these floors on the interior as well. I'm not sure. But one thing I should probably do is ask them to mine a bit of this out. Let's leave like that as the center kind of support, just in case this mountain collapses on us. And we can dig the rest out. We'll see if that's a big enough space. Eventually what I would do though is remove the overhead mountain. I don't want like a random insect infestation to spawn in the center of our kitchen here. Well, it's not going to be our kitchen. It's just going to be like one of the various areas where stuff is getting cooked. And I want to see if there's a way I can have them producing... I don't know if they're even craftable, but there's... Let's see, where's Red Horse? There it is. So there's these different vending machines. One of them is a Miller's Maxi Bun machine, which if you've played Metal Gear Solid, Miller's Maxi Bun is Kazuhiro Miller's like burger thing. I think it's supposed to be a joke. I don't remember if it's actually like canonically a thing. I'm not super great on my Metal Gear lore. I'm sure somebody can correct me. But that's what it's from. But they're burgers, and this mod, the Red Horse Rimunation mod, adds them through these vending machines. And so I think it would be cool to have like a cook station where we're actually making burgers. And there's also a Nuka-Cola machine, so we could be making like, or selling like burgers and cans of soda in this restaurant, which I think would be a nice change from like the fine and lavish meals that we sell in the hotel. And, you know, have a justification for why we have two different places selling food. So that's something I'd like to look at. If it's not in the mod, I might tinker with it and make it so that they can be cooked at a cook station. Okay, so good job on the floors, guys. Can we do... Perfect, someone's doing the tilled soil. Don't know what I'm going to do here. I might bring the paving in to meet this. I think that makes the most sense. But what we can do is go into our zoning, and these are going to be berry bushes. I feel like that's supposed to be a little bit further. There we go. And I need to terraform that, don't I? So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. That one doesn't matter. Okay, and then I actually need to make sure that these get set to berries, because if I don't, then we get decorative potato plants, and that's really not quite what we're going for here. Although I think we did end up with that. No, they fixed it. Before I started recording, this was all potato plants, and I made sure to change it. But yeah, there we go. There's sort of like our outdoor seating for this restaurant kind of place. It's not like a high-end restaurant, more of like a fun, touristy restaurant. But it works, gets the job done, or at least we hope it will. Let's also queue this up. So I'm going to have to probably tear those out to make this work how I want. But that is what I'm going for right there. Wow, they already terraformed that. Okay. Well, good on you guys. Go ahead and till it. And then if we can get back to more floors, I need the random paving. Here. And there as well. Well, at least we have some marble again. I'm curious, are we not putting it down anywhere else? No, it should be getting used up out here and up there. I do like that we're getting more and more of this area paved, though. It's starting to look very civilized out here. God, I keep forgetting, like, they're actually harvesting these berry bushes, because if I don't leave the... Initially what I was going to do is just have them be purely decorative. But if I get rid of the growing zone, they don't harvest it, and then the bush dies and they won't replant it, or I have to put down a new growing zone to make them replant it. So it's easier just to leave the growing zones, but that means that they treat them like a crop. And so they harvest the berries, and we get all these berries that I don't know what we're going to do with, because we're growing way more than we need for any reason. But at least they can be eaten raw, so it's not like I have to worry about cooking them necessarily. They're just going to start taking up a lot of space in the freezer, which is not something I really want happening. I almost wonder if I should have brought the slabs sort of around as like trim here. I don't know. I don't know that it matters. But so far I'm pretty pleased with how this has come out. One thing I do need to do, however, is ask them to deconstruct the conduits along here, because we don't need them doubled up like that. And it looks pretty ugly to have them there. Really? You guys couldn't just do that last one? Oh, apparently Wayne had claim on it. Added bonus to digging into this is we're getting a little bit of marble that we can cut into, you know, more paving stones. But yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do with this interior, because I need to designate a cooking area, and then I need to designate more seating, and I need to figure out how I'm gonna sort of not only produce the food, but where we're gonna store it. I'll probably do what I do in most of my playthroughs, which is just use these like dual refrigerators as sort of like a counter / food storage. And that makes it easy, so I guess I could do that, because then I can just designate this whole area as like, I have like a lot of guest stuff, right? I don't think I can do it through here. I think I have to do it when there's actually guests. Or maybe it's under like allowed areas or something. Where would that be? Yeah, so if I go to manage areas, I think I can create a new like guest one. Let's see, rename. So I can designate this as like guest area or whatever, but when, I should probably delete that. When there's a guest here, through the hospitality mod, there's different areas I can designate. One of them is where the guests are allowed, and the other is where the guests are allowed to purchase items from us. So what they'll do is if they see something they want, they'll drop silver on the ground and take the item. And so this restaurant will be one of those areas where the meals will be in the little fridges. Okay. We can try to arrest her as she leaves, otherwise you may see her again someday. We're gonna arrest her. So, Riker, you're our current head of security. I'm gonna ask that you do it. Like, what faction is she going to? She's still part of our faction, so I'm just gonna treat this like a mental break. But once she leaves the area, I think she's no longer part of it. So we grabbed her. She didn't bother fighting back. I think she's just having a bad day. So we'll get her... You know what? I could have marked her bed as a prisoner bed. We'll put her in here. The issue is there's not really... Like, this isn't enclosed, so she can't use the bathroom or anything. This is kind of inconvenient. Here, let's do this really quickly. I'm going to ask that those confirm. Game's lagging on me a little bit. I'm going to turn one of these beds into a prisoner bed for her. We'll do this one. Okay. Riker, I need you to arrest her again. And yes, take her into the hotel. We'll unlock that door so that she can use the hotel facilities and isn't going to, you know, have issues or anything like that. And we'll just have to remember to give her her bed back, which is this one when she rejoins us. I can't believe she gave up so easily, though. Like, she didn't even have, like, a proper mental break or anything. She was also not feeding herself, which is part of the problem. But yeah, that's unfortunate, because she was a very valuable crafter for us. Probably the most valuable crafter. So let's see, what does her prisoner status look like? Normally, when you lock up one of your colonists, you could just release them because the act of arresting them ends their mental break. However, I don't know that it works the same with her. We'll put her on work and recruit. If I release her, she might just leave. We'll test it, I guess. Well, yeah, let's do that first before we start like trying to recruit her as a prisoner. So we'll just do release and see what happens. But we might have to rearrest her. Why are you running? Oh, that's her gun. I thought he was like carrying his gun out in front of him. Weird. But no. Do you have like all her other junk? No. Your clothes are very deteriorated. I wish the mending mod was working properly. I really do. So what is he wearing? I'm sure I passed it already. It's like a black combat shirt. Where is it? I wish these were in like some sort of coherent order. It'd certainly make my life easier. I think it's this. That looks right. So we'll ask that one of those gets made. Now, of course, the person that would generally be making these just tried to abandon us. So it's probably not going to get done very quickly. But hopefully it does get done. And he needs a new backpack too, but I'm less concerned about that. Where was I making those? Right, I think it's the tactical backpack. Let's ask for a few of those. I didn't need to do that. And I haven't seen the civilian one, but that's something I might consider too. Oh, I should probably be more specific on that. I'm going to say 8 or above and cloth only. Actually, I'll say like 6 or above on both of these, because I don't know if we have an 8 or above now that she has left us. And let's see, can I... No, okay. I'll keep an eye on that though. I don't want her to get like released and I'm not paying attention. She just walks off the map, never to see us again. I'm hoping she'll just rejoin when we release her. And again, just kind of treat it like a mental break, but I don't know that that's how it's going to work. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the overhanging mountain here. So I do not need that there. And let's see, this is just a regular roof, right? Yeah, constructed roof. Okay. There's like weird zones happening there. But yeah, I'd like to remove it from this. I do not want to risk, again, any sort of infestations happening. In fact, I can probably remove it from a few of these areas. We'll just remove it from all of that. And so they'll go tear it down one by one. It does take a little while, but it doesn't cost us anything. And then I need to figure out the interior, don't I? Alright, well, for starters, I think I am going to run these darkwood planks inside. So let's go ahead and queue that up. I kind of screwed that up, didn't I? We'll bring it out to there. That's going to be a lot of wood, but that's fine. We have a ton of it. And then I'll have to, like, section it off or something. I might even have, like, a door up here. Yeah, I might add additional... Ooh, prosthesis trader. We can at least check. I'm gonna wake her up just because she's failing. Why does it keep doing that? I don't know what the deal is, but even though... So let me just verify this. Dr. Ayala is the wife of Virgil Robbins, who is this guy, who is the husband of Isel Ayala. But for whatever reason, it keeps kicking them out of each other's beds. So right now, she's the only one in there. And he's probably sleeping in, I don't know, maybe one of the prisoner beds. Where are you right now? Oh, yeah, see, he took this random one up here that just got built. That's a guest bed. This is also a guest bed, as is this one. Your bed is the same one that your wife is sleeping in. do not know why that keeps changing. I'm willing to bet they're probably even taking a debuff from it. Yeah, so they want to sleep with each other, yet I keep assigning them to the same bed and they refuse to stay in it. I don't know what's going on with it. It keeps happening though. I think every time I start recording, it gets reset, and just sometimes I forget to check it. But I don't know what's going on with that. It's not doing it for Riker and Tails. They're fine. Who else? Who else is a couple? There's one out here, isn't there? Elijah and Allison, still fine. So Amanda rejoined us. Fantastic. I'm glad that that worked out. She should automatically go collect her gear too. Get her to eat. And I need to figure out something for her here. Wasn't too happy about being imprisoned. It's saying slept in the heat, but it's pretty pleasant in here. It's a little bit warmer in the rooms. Why don't you go bathe yourself as well? You'll feel a little bit better. Maybe go have a bath. I don't know. I wonder if I can tell her to do that. Can I tell you to go... No path. Give me a break. I know you can get in there. Whatever. It appears that her mood has calmed somewhat because she's not on major break risk anymore. But at least that sort of took care of itself. I'm glad we didn't have to like re-recruit her from scratch. That would have been very, very painful. Very, very painful. Because that much resistance would take an eternity to get through. Let's go ahead and make this her bed. She should be unassigned, yeah. And then we'll hop back over to here. And we will make that a guest bed again. And then we can turn these back into prisoner beds. So these four. Prisoner, there we go. A lot of options there. With all those different things selected, and that one as well. So we got 5 at the moment. Really need to get this stuff walled off here. Because right now, this prison is not at all viable. I don't know what's taking them so long. I'm willing to bet that it is the paint. So, like, Rianne, do you think you could make me paint? So all you gotta do is take chem fuel. There you go. I just saw Allison make some. You made paint, right? Yeah. Why did she haul it down there? Oh, because she made it here? Is that why? Yeah. Well, what stockpile is this again? Zone 12? Let's amend this to make sure it's delivered to the correct place. We have 35. Well, I think that was all just made, so somebody should go and start using it. Because I think most of these already have, yeah, the concrete's delivered, so it's just a matter of grabbing the paint and taking it over there to build with it. And it looks like Wayne is doing that. Good. We've also got our combat shirt made. There it is. Excellent quality. Fantastic. Riker, when you're done with that, go ahead and throw that shirt on. And that should make you a little bit happier because your ratty apparel will be gone. You'll have to wait on your new backpack though. And I should be able to clear forced on him now. I think Allison, you might be good too. I'm gonna chance it. I'm pretty sure I gave her new clothes and that's why I had to do that. Oh, boss, you should not be getting that. I'm not going to do anything with boss yet. Because I have to decide what his role's going to kind of be. I mean, it's going to be a soldier, right? Yeah. So, I still haven't really decided on a uniform, though. I don't know. Just haven't been able to choose yet. Marriage is on, so it looks like Allison and Elijah are gonna go for it. And with that, I think we're gonna go ahead and end the episode. So we got sort of a basic plan of what we want to do here. And before I forget, I should probably zone. Thank you for finally clicking that. Zone this area and get the berries planted there. so that this will be like fully framed. And I'm pretty pleased with how it's looking so far. We'll have to see sort of how the interior comes along. But yeah, I'm pleased with it thus far. Then we'll mirror it on over, and I guess this will be the restaurant, this will be the arcade, and then as I said before, wherever this sort of back wall ends, the next building behind it is going to be a emergency shelter, and we'll have one on either side, so there'll be one roughly here as well. And then whatever is going to be there, I don't know yet. But that's the plan. And so, I will maybe try to work on a little bit of this between episodes. And hopefully we'll get some sort of mission or something to go on to just to spice things up. But thus far, we haven't really been given any of that. So maybe we'll get one soon. I don't know. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.